If you've been working out your glutes and you're just not seeing results, it's most likely because you're doing random workouts. You're switching it up every week and your body doesn't even know what it's supposed to respond to. So today I'm going to walk you through what I actually do for my glutes. And again, this is not going to be nothing too crazy, nothing extra, just real exercises that actually work when you're being consistent.
Welcome to a fitness vlog. It's been some time. Feeling cute today. I don't have a lot of time, per usual, so we're going to do a really good glute day. This is for the ladies that, again, you want to get in the gym, you want to hit it and quit it and be done with it. Let's clock in, because we're working glutes. Fuck, let's go.
So if you're new here, welcome. Today we're going to be doing some dynamic stretches. This workout is going to take me 45 minutes max from start to finish. It probably will take you all a little bit faster because I'm filming, so things are just taking a little bit longer. But if you're over the age of 25, girlfriend, and you are not warming up, I'm gonna need you to get your ish together, okay? These are my dynamic stretches. I do about 5 to 10 of everything that you see me here doing right now. This is really just to make sure that I am warming myself up. I'm making sure I'm also practicing my mobility here. As you can see, those are some hip cars, really focusing on internal, external rotation. If y'all don't know, like I said, I am a mama. I'm also an ex-athlete. I am also a very tall woman who is 5'11", so knee issues, hip issues, pain, any type of injury, previous injuries you might have had, or you just haven't been taking care of yourself and you're wanting to get more mobile, you're wanting to get more flexible, you wanting to work out pain free, this is how you do it. Is active isolated stretches or dynamic stretches, really just moving through these patterns here. As you can see, I'm doing some heel swipes, getting those hamstrings nice and warmed up. Honestly, it should take you no longer than maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and then you can go into some pre-work exercises if you need it, and then go right into your workout. But as you can see here, this is what I like to do. I get right into it. It's almost like going into like a yoga flow, even though this isn't yoga, it's just more mobility, like I said, but like this is the flow. And once you learn all of your stretches on your leg day, you're going to just get into it and be able to be consistent with it. I teach all of my clients this. Like when they come into the gym, they know they have their dynamic stretches on the board and they knock them out before we get into doing anything. And obviously, if you're into doing your cardio first, you can definitely do like a little incline walk for 5 minutes or a stairs for 5 minutes. Nothing too strenuous. But again, I'm sorry that it's getting blurry. I could not tell. The camera was so far away from you guys. But as you can see here, I'm just doing some hip rocks, really focusing on the ankle mobility here, the hip mobility here, the adductors, everything. And y'all, I also added in a greatest stretch, which is one of my favorite movement patterns as well. I did not make the name up. I promise it's just what the name is, but I really live and breathe by this mobility warm up. It is so good. And you ladies just thank me for it later, okay, if you haven't practiced this. But honestly, let's get into today's workout. We're going to keep it simple. Like I said before, these are going to be the exercises that you can add to your workout as some of your staple movement patterns so that you can start growing that booty and seeing some progress. Starting with the traditional hip thrust, but you need to put a band on so you can make sure that glute is getting activated. Okay, I'm always going to do my hip thrust with bands, and I'm always going to start my first set off with more of a lighter weight. 45s on each side. I think that's 135 pounds. I do a 3-2-1 countdown at the bottom. I'm doing 10 to 12 reps when I get started. It's been like a week since I did glutes, so your girl is already feeling the spice, but time under tension is going to be your best friend here. Taking your time, not rushing through your reps. Moving into a superset, I do like to do a little bit of kickbacks whenever I do this, or some single leg glute bridges. I'll alternate between these two, but today I decided to do some kickbacks. I'm turning my toe out slightly to hit that top glute. This is just going to be a little bit more of a pump. Just again, building strength. If you're trying to tone, if you're trying to build, these are the exercises that you can add in. And this is more of like an accessory movement. We're going to actually put on some weights a little bit later towards the end of this workout for a similar movement pattern. But this is more of just kind of like a pump for me. I always do 3 to 4 sets of hip thrusts for the first block of my glute exercises, depending on how much time I got. As you can see here, I'm really taking my time with this. I just increased my weight a little bit. I have 50, I think 50, and then a 45-pound plate. I don't know how much that is, y'all. It's just a lot. I'll put it on the screen if I can remember. Here I'm doing kickbacks and decide to switch it up a little bit. Again, this is my third set that I'm showing you all. I'm just keeping it spicy. Do 3 sets. Get in, get out. The best thing that you can do when you're building your glutes is to really put in the work. Do not slack when you're doing this. Really stay dialed into your workout. Do not skip your reps. Do all of your reps and take your time, especially the first major part of your exercise. And when you get to accessory work, if you want to do 2 sets, do 2 sets. But these exercises that you see here, you need to really lock in. Landmine RDLs, these are also a goodie. I love these when I am doing more functional movements. It's just easy to have a setup like this. Same thing, we're going to be hinging back, really focusing on the hamstrings, the glutes, taking your time here, increasing the weight each set. I like to increase the weight each set and just reduce the rep counts, focusing on strength. This is not really volume training or just conditioning or anything like that. I am building strength, so we're going to keep the rep count around 8 reps, 10 for that first set to kind of get you nice and warm and ready to go. Your curl was dying. Bulgarians is always really, really hard. If you aren't doing these in your glute day, girlfriend, I'm gonna need you to practice your Bulgarian split squats, okay? Or if you don't like Bulgarians, you could just do a split stance. Just make sure that front heel is elevated so you can get the depth. The work is in the depth. I'm gonna keep saying it. The work is in the depth. You being able to stretch at the bottom of your exercise is really how you grow. It's not in the squeeze, but it's in the stretch. Did y'all hear me? Okay, cool. I definitely had to go down in the weight. I think I started this at a 50. When I did my third set, which I'm not going to show, I ended up doing a 40-pound because your girl was just a little too overzealous, and that's okay. Sometimes you got to regress a little bit in your workout because, again, no ego lifting over here. We're just making sure we have good technique, good form, and like I said, get the most out of our work.
If you're making the excuse to not show up for yourself, this is me telling you to show up for yourself. I'm currently 38 minutes into my workout. I'm probably going to do like some accessory work now, so some side glute action, a little bit of core, and we're getting the hell out of here because we don't have time to be at the gym for hours anymore, especially if you have a full life, busy life, entrepreneur, business lady, mom like me. I'm sorry, I'm blurry. We don't have the time to be diddly-daddling, so let me finish my workout, and yeah, bye.
So these are going to be the side glute kickbacks. If you don't have access to the abduction machine, which honestly is always taken by some little old lady, but they be on that thing, then you need to get yourself into some side glute kickbacks. We're going to be working on the max of part of your glute and the side upper part of your glutes. This is how you're going to get that nice curvature on them, This is how you're going to build that shelf and honestly help with the shape. And it's honestly really just overall good for stability. If you feel this in your hip flexor, you're swinging too much. So just make sure you're slowing it down and just own your movement. This movement is just all about control, where you're taking that leg across the body and driving it out to target that upper glute. This is what, again, is going to build the shape. You see, your girl was going through it, okay? I was struggling. But moving into the next accessory move is going to be the rope pull through. I don't do these often, but I just feel like there'd be a nice tie-in for the hamstring and the glutes, and it just kind of really teaches you proper hinge mechanics. It's really great for beginners who's learning, and it's just great for finishing a glute workout. So we're loading the glutes without stressing the lower back, and that sometimes my lower back gets a little tired towards the end of my workout. So yes, if you feel this in your lower back, you're arching a little bit too much, just make sure you tuck in slightly and squeeze those glutes instead. So we're going to finish up with some core, and I only ended up doing 2 sets of these, but I like to do it like more of a clam position here. So you're still working that side glute, still working that inner deep core. Y'all know postpartum, all the things. But if y'all like workouts like this, go ahead and comment below. I just wanted to kind of give you some of my favorite glute exercises. This is what I've been focused on: progressive overloading, being consistent with the same movement patterns so that I can grow. So if you haven't been growing and you want to start growing, try adding some of these exercises into your rotation over the next, 4 to 6 weeks, and start tracking and seeing what progress you see. And if you see some progress, go ahead and shout your girl up. But y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye.